with applause. Taking great effort to be with us for celebrating the International Nurse Day and Family Union. Special greetings to our esteemed guests. We have been celebrating Nurses Day on May 12 every year, and this day, being the birthday of Madam Florence Nightingale, the Lady with a Lamp, is marked as Nurses Day. The Association of Railway Nurses of India, as it is known, ARNI, has been celebrating the whole week as Nurses Week. The theme of this year is Nurse, a Voice to Lead, Invest in Nursing, and Respect Rights to Secure Global Health. Now it's time to begin the program. Let's begin the program with invocation. United we stand, divided we fall. May I request all to rise up for the invocation, Tamil Thai Vaalthu. And also, I kindly request you to remain standing for the prayer also. Shall we remain standing for the prayer song? One song can change a moment, one idea can change a word, but a prayer can change the impossible. I request Sister ARNI Priya to lead us in the prayer song. Thank you, ARNI. We are indeed, please take your seats. We are indeed honored to have in our midst today the esteemed guests, and it is our bounden duty to welcome them. Sister Sharmal Rani, President, Association of Railway Nurses India, will deliver the welcome address.
Gathering present here to celebrate the Nurses Day Eve 2022. I, Sharmal Rani, President of ARNI, feel immensely honored to address you all on this auspicious occasion. I humbly request our GM to occupy the dais. At the outset, and on the behalf of ARNI, I am profusely elated to take this opportunity to invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Sri B.G. Malai Sir, who in spite of his busy schedule has consented to join this evening with us and to grace the occasion. I welcome you, sir. I invite our MD, PCMD, Sir Murthy sir, to occupy the dais. I am blessed to have with us our MD, PCMD in charge, Dr. CVN Murthy sir, along with his wife Anuradha madam. Sir, you don't need any introduction because you are a man with distinct vision and a fountainhead of illuminating ideas. And you have made us proud with your numerous capacities. We'll welcome you, sir. We'll welcome you, ma'am. They act out as a pillar of support and strength to the nursing fraternity and have a clear vision, entwined with novelty in all the activities of a hospital. I welcome our Kalyani madam, CSS OP, to occupy the dais. Welcome, ma'am. I'm sorry, Sai sir is not, CSS admin is not here. He's not doing well. I invite our Deputy CPO, Madam Shikala, to occupy the dais. She is one of us. I'm elated to have you among us, ma'am. You are an eminent person and you belong to our family. You are a driving force and a role model for all of us. I welcome you, ma'am. I welcome Dr. Roy, sir. He has been a zonal officer during COVID and he is our chief pulmonologist. His contribution during the COVID has been immense. He has been a guide and he has saved a lot of COVID patients. I welcome you, sir, to the dais. It's my pleasure to extend my cheerful welcome to our ANO, Mrs. Rajani madam. If not for their support, this event is not possible. I welcome you, ma'am, to the dais. It is my bounden duty to welcome all the senior staff who are superannuating this year. We have been guided by your experience and support. I welcome you all to this function, ma'am. Ability to work in unison towards a common goal, hard work and dedication, doing small things with great love are the true ingredients behind the success of a great hospital. We believe together we can achieve more. I welcome all my nursing fraternity to enjoy this function. All of you are welcome. When all the dust is settled and all crowds are gone, the thing that matters are faith, family and friends. I extend my warm welcome to our family and friends. Join the function. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharmil Rani, President of ARNI. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our MD, PCMD in charge to deliver the presidential address. Our MD, PCMD in charge, Dr. CVN Murthy ji, needs no introduction to most of us. Born and brought up in Durgapur, West Bengal, he did his MBBS from Medical College of Calcutta, DNB from Nizam Institute of Medical Sciences, Diploma Cardiology from NIMS, and DNB from RH Perambur. He joined initially in South Central Railway in 1987 and then served at Health Unit Bellampalli, Polyclinic Kasipet, Headquarters Hospital Lalakuda. He joined Southern Railways on 1/1/2001 and has held important posts of Chief Cardiologist, Store in Charge, Chief Health Director and CSS. With patient care and staff welfare as his motto, he serves railways. His passion being interventional cardiology, he has successfully performed numerous cardiac interventions, out of which transcutaneous aortic valve implantation, TAVI, a modern cardiac intervention in which aortic valve is replaced without surgery, was performed for the first time in the history of railway hospital at RH Perambur. This is a gem added to the crown of RH Perambur. With enormous support from the General Manager Southern Railways, MD sir is marching towards setting up of Center for Fertility Treatment at RH Perambur, which would be another gem to the crown of RH Perambur. May I request MD sir to deliver the presidential address.
Thank you very much, Rekha sister, for the kind words. Respected GM, BG Malia sir, respected CSS OPD, Kalyani madam, senior dignitaries, all members of nursing fraternity and their family members. I am happy and delighted today to be a part of your celebrations. The enthusiastic team of our nursing fraternity who have started the continuous celebrations of the Nurses' Day for the last 4 or 5 days. It has been a multi-dimensional program in all aspects, starting from sports events to cultural events and even academic events. The theme of Nurse Day of 2022 has been Nurses, a voice to lead, invest in nursing and respects right to secure global health. The World Health Organization, when they framed this motto for the Nurses' Day of this year, had kept in mind the large population at large, and they have insisted that there should be an investment in nursing care, increasing the nursing personnel, particularly keeping in view the deteriorating health conditions and the various diseases that we come through. But your basic duty remains to take care of the ill, to take care of the sick, to support them, to give them moral support and even support their relatives and attendants when the patients fall sick. I would like to say here that nurses represent the hospital. In railway terms, the railway is represented by the TT or the station master. In the same way, a hospital is represented by the nurses. The nurses are in fact the connectors between the doctors and the patients, and between the doctors and the housekeeping staff. So they are the main fulcrum of the activity of the hospital, and therefore anywhere it is a nursing care that is represented when patients go home and talk, and they frequently use these words, the nursing care was very good. And therefore nurses are the backbone of any hospital. Southern Railway has been extremely good in this aspect, and Perambur in particular. Many of the patients, many of the officers, many of the relatives who have gone always keep their constant praise for the nursing care. And it has been our fortune that our nurses have stepped up their activity, their care and their personal involvement and motivation during the COVID activity. In fact, COVID showed us the way forward. Many of our nurses came back with many ideas, and we knew the multi-dimensional and multifaceted personality of many of our people. We understood that many of them are good administrators in their own right, and when given an opportunity to work under situations which are extremely difficult, they came up with many solutions. I remember, particularly during the second wave and the third wave, we had instant solutions to many of the problems, and we are led by many nurses from senior most to the junior most personnel. The COVID pandemic has also shown us that there are leaders everywhere, and therefore we insisted in COVID that it is a group activity that occurs. Every decision that was taken regarding our hospital management about patient care always involved the nurses, and has always involved all the personnel, all the nursing fraternity in their ideas to give forward their ideas for good working and for involving everybody at every level. Even the junior most of our nurses were welcome to give ideas, and probably this was the reason why we succeeded in every attempt, in every category of COVID care, right from the management of the food to the management of the patients, and ultimately, sadly, to the disposal of the bodies also. But let me here today make 4 ideas for propagating further our knowledge. Perambur and Southern Railway has always been known to give ideas to the rest of Indian railways. In all the meetings that I have attended, I have always felt the warmth from other railways when the senior most officers always ask our opinion in all the matters, and therefore I feel our nurses should go a step forward. One of the most important thing is a concept of nurse practitioners. In a modern day, when the health system has been changing, we have to put in the idea of nurse practitioners. This is a European idea, a Western idea, but I think you all have the knowledge. You can suggest the guidelines about how to go about it, and we might be the first in Indian Railways to suggest to our administration the concept of nurse practitioners. Those who are in the younger generation can take up this idea and we can train them in a particular specialty. The second thing is a continuous nursing educational program. Doctors always had the concept of continuing medical education, but when I went to Trichy recently, I was amazed by the way the nurses, the junior nurses had presented numerous topics, and the confidence with which they were speaking was amazing. And therefore I suggested that day that let Stanley and our other sisters of the group start the continuous nursing education program. This should be an online program from Perambur. Recently, we had started a continuing medical education program from doctors from Perambur. It's an online program, and at every meeting, once a month, we allow others to speak. And the most important thing in any meeting, in any group, is to listen to others. Perambur should not feel that we hold the high ground and therefore we speak and others listen. Let others speak, let others feel part of us. And therefore it is our duty, when we are at the headquarters, it's our duty to teach others and to listen to others. So let everybody speak, let them be given an opportunity, and this meeting should be held once a month. The third important thing is multitasking. COVID has taught us that all of us are leaders. Individually, all of us are leaders. We are mostly facilitators of the programs. Our administrators, our senior administrators at the railway headquarters are the real administrators. We are the facilitators of the programs, and therefore individually, all of us should be well equipped to handle everything. The hospital management information system is an example where all of us should do the multitasking. In effect, all of us are multi-purpose health workers. And in this connection, I would like to tell that previously we used to use the word doctors and healthcare workers. I think COVID had blurred the distinction. All of us are healthcare workers. There is no separation of doctors from this group. All of us are basically healthcare workers with multi-purpose activities. The fourth important thing is interdisciplinary training. Previously to the COVID, we were all ghettoed into our own thing. There was a group in female cardiology, there was one group in the chest ward, there was one group in the OT. All of us were separate groups. I think COVID had done us a favor. It has brought all of us together. All of you gelled together. Many of you know each other very well. I think you should keep this spirit up. On behalf of the administration, let me tell you three things. Many of the employees of the railways are working in the hot sun. They are in open line. They work on the track where the heats are almost 50 degrees and they are far away from their families. It is our duty to take care of each of these persons when they come to the hospital. We should not shy away or hesitate in treating them, and we should behave extremely well with each of these persons. They take care of the track, they take care of the traffic, and they take care of the passengers. The station masters, the SSCs, the JEs who work in the various departments work under extremely difficult conditions. And we are protected by the administration under the umbrella of the hospital. Many of us work in ACA conditions, and most of our wards and OPDs are ACs. And so therefore, we should remain our cool, we should maintain our cool to when we are dealing with the patients. The patients are in anxiety, their family members are in anguish. And therefore it is our duty to take care of them and not to behave inappropriately with any of the patient members. Sometimes they might rebuke us, but I can assure you that we do our duty. The other employees of the railways also do their duty and get their salary. We get in addition the blessings of the patients and the relatives. None of the others get their blessings, and COVID has shown that it is the blessings that matter to survive in the world. I should also remind you that the railway administration has taken care of each and one of us very well in the healthcare system. Our nursing fraternity is paid the highest in the All India among all the services. And therefore, the administration has also, by the way, taken care to ensure that we get all the leaves. The child care leaves and other leaves are given. I, on the part of the administration, have also ensured at every stage to take care of every one of you during your personal grievances. We have not shied away from taking the responsibility and helping you. And therefore, it is our duty again to commit ourselves to say that any patient who enters a railway hospital will go satisfied, will go happy, and will not have any grievance towards us. This is our promise to ourselves and a promise to the railway administration. I will not let go of this opportunity without telling of our General Manager, sir. B.G. Malia, sir, had entered into the scene during the break between the first and the second wave. But sir had COVID, he was a hands-on manager on COVID. Every day and night, he used to inquire, and almost many of us know him personally, and many of us knew and used to talk to him personally. I can remember about 5-6 years back, maybe, we did not know our GMs and AGMs. But now, their names are on the lips of every one of us. Even the junior most staff know who our GM is. And I can tell you the dedication and the extreme care in which they have handled the situation. Malia sir is also known to us as the oxygen man. He was a person who supported our oxygen, continuous flow of oxygen during the most difficult times, and has taken upon him the responsibility of every administrative detail during the COVID. Many of you working in the wards might have felt how does equipment come, how do the drugs come. It is because of their support, their silent support from behind that we have done. Even sometimes, some complaints from the patients, which are natural, go up to their level, but they have been quiet. And when I requested them, when I asked them, shall I tell to that particular person, they always used to say, sir, chhod dijiye, ye sab to hote hi jata hai. That means that is a support they have given to us at every level. Let me quote our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who had told on the Nurses' Day on May 12th. I quote, "Nurses play a vital role in keeping our planet healthy. Their dedication and compassion is exemplary. International Nurses' Day is a day to reiterate our appreciation to all nursing staff for their exceptional work, even in the most challenging of situations. Let us be simple and let us keep it basic. We are here to serve and we shall." Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Shall we put our hands together for our dear sir? Thank you. A ray of light is a ray of hope. Let us all leave the darkness and step towards the bright path. Now, we will have our traditional auspicious lamp lighting ceremony. I now request the dignitaries on the dais to light the lamp and symbolically inaugurate the program. I request the volunteers to assist the dignitaries in lighting the lamp. During the same, our retired superannuated and annuating staffs will be singing a song.
This little nursing light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little nursing light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little nursing light of mine, I'm going to let it shine all the time, let it shine. Hide it under a bush, oh no, I'm going to let it shine. Hide it under a bush, oh no, I'm going to let it shine. Hide it under a bush, oh no, I'm going to let it shine all the time, let it shine. Take this little light round the world, I'm going to let it shine. Take this little light round the world, I'm going to let it shine. Take this little light round the world, I'm going to let it shine all the time, let it shine. Let it shine all the time, let it shine. Let it shine all the time, let it shine.
Thank you so much, sisters. It was very kind of you to join us with the singing. Light removes the forces of darkness and gives us positivity. Thank you, sir, madam, and sisters who were assisted in this lamp lighting. Thank you.
Ideas and views, when shared, becomes the seeds that are planted in others' hearts. It's time to invite our Honorable Chief Guest, General Manager of Southern Railways, Sir B.G. Malyaji, to give the inaugural address. Shri B.G. Malyaji, a meritorious officer of 1985 batch, Indian Railway Service of Electrical Engineers, joined Railways after graduation in Electrical Engineering from esteemed IIT Delhi. He has held several important posts in various zones of Indian Railways, including Southern Railway, South East Central Railway, South Central Railway, Eastern Railway, South Western Railway, ICF, and Bangalore Metro Rail Corporation. He also served as Divisional Regional Manager of Guntakal and Bilaspur Division and has worked as Chief Electrical Loco Engineer of South Central Railway. Prior to taking over as AGM Southern Railways, he was Principal Chief Electrical Engineering of South Western Railways. He took over as General Manager on 1st April 2022. Apart from his professional laurels he has accumulated, as an ardent reader, he treasures vast knowledge. Dramatics and music are his other interest. With the assurance that you will enjoy the following cultural session after this official session, sir, we request you to give the inaugural address.
Very good evening to all of you. My very dear colleague, Dr. Murthy ma'am, Dr. Kalyani, Shikha, the lung of Southern Railway, Dr. Sumitra Sinha Roy, ANO, Rajni ma'am, and my beloved members from the nursing fraternity of Southern Railway. We celebrate International Women's Day to honor this wonderful group of people called nurses. I consider that nurses are the ambassadors sent by God to people who are in distress, people who are in pain, and you are the people who provide us succor, who provide us with the strength to face whatever calamity has come on us. While nurses have always been there to provide relief to the patients, the outstanding role you played during the COVID pandemic is something for which the Southern Railway officers, employees, families will always be grateful to you. All of you sitting here have really braved the pandemic, at times putting your own life to a lot of risk to ensure that majority of the patients who came to the hospital came out walking on their own feet. Yours truly is one of them. I was also admitted with COVID along with my mother and wife. And if I stand before you today, it is because of the dedication and commitment shown by the team medical of Southern Railway. In fact, on a lighter side, in other zones they tell us, I've got a referral for Yashoda. मेरे पास यशोदा का रेफरल है, मेरे पास अपोलो का रेफरल है, तुम्हारे पास क्या है? So as AGM Southern Railway, I used to say, मेरे पास RH Perambur है, मेरे पास सुमित्रा सिन्हा रॉय है. The patience, the commitment, the compassion and the competence of the Southern Railway nurses is unbelievable. I, as I already mentioned to you, was there in the hospital for about a week, and I got a chance to see that the nurses are always there for you 24/7, taking care of the patient, taking care of his reasonable requirements and at times very unreasonable demands, always with a smile on their face. I must share that those 7 days I spent in Perambur hospital, even though I was down with COVID, was like a holiday because you people made it so pleasant. I was never worried that anything is going to happen to me because I knew I was in the safest hands in India. That is you. Thank you so much. I am delighted to announce that Brother Stanley has been conferred with the Railway Minister's Award. He is going to receive it shortly. But I consider this award as not for Brother Stanley alone. This award is for all of you. It is an award for the nursing community of Southern Railway. Obviously, everybody cannot be given medals. I am not wrong in calling him Dr. Stanley. Brother Stanley is one outstanding example of a very coherent, a very sort of collated team which works here in RH Perambur. And his effort towards the COVID patients is part of the efforts put by all of you. The COVID pandemic, particularly the second wave, was a real challenge. There was a time when we had 15 deaths per day on an average for a continuous period of about 15 days. Very depressing times, but as Dr. Murthy rightly said, you people played that all-round role of not only taking care of the patients, but disposal of dead bodies, which was really one of the biggest challenges of COVID. People were even scared to go near the dead bodies. The relatives of the patients were not allowed to take the dead bodies. During a time like this, you are the people who gave the departed souls an honorable exit from this world. So my hats off to all of you. A lot of credit has been given to me for arranging oxygen. I have been called the oxygen man of Southern Railway. But all I used to do is, I used to ring up the Inox manager maybe 4 times a day. In fact, there was a time when he told me that my family doesn't talk to me as often as you do. So I made his life miserable. So it was a case of management by making somebody's life miserable. The real oxygen came from you people sitting here. What I did is practically nothing, except for maybe making a lot of phone calls. While we celebrate International Women's Day to mark the birthday of perhaps the most celebrated nurse and the founder of what is called as the modern nursing movement, that is Florence Nightingale. For me, each one of you sitting here is a Florence Nightingale. My salutes to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As you said, sir, when people are in pain, the first face they look for is the face of a nurse. And thank you for the trust you have on us. I now request MD, sir, to present the memento to our honorable chief guest. A big load of applause, please. May I now request our Honorable Chief Guest to present the memento to our MD, sir.
Respected dignitaries on the stage, our GM sir, Malya sir, our PCMD, Dr. Murthy sir, and Mrs. Murthy madam, our CSS, Dr. Kalyani madam, and our ANO, Apomala Rajani madam, and Dr. Soumitra Sinha Roy. As all of you know, he was one among us of our nurses to help us for the last 2 years of the fight against COVID. I will call him as one of us only. Today, ARNI really feels very great to have all of you in this evening to celebrate the International Nurses Day celebration. We are having a week of Nurses Week celebration from 9th May to 15th May 2022. And this is in the history of Southern Railways, the first time we are conducting such a week of nurses celebration. And it's mainly because we all were very stressed in our workplace and social areas. So we want to make us, our own staffs, to get relieved from those stresses. At the point itself, ARNI and COVID-19. Many of the diets itself will think about how an association can, what an association can do in such a pandemic like COVID-19. I will utilize this opportunity to have a flashback. I will take all of you to the 21st March 2020. Sir, actually 21st March, all of you know, our Prime Minister, the Central Government of India, declared the national lockdown. Every patient who came in our hospital, especially from the north, northeast and the central sides of India, were stranded in our hospitals. There were almost 100 to 120 patients and patient relatives in the total. When the national lockdown was announced, these people were literally without even food. So there are a lot of trade unions inside our railway, especially in Southern Railways. But in those times, especially from the 21st March, everybody were literally afraid of this disease. Nobody were there inside the hospital. So being a group of nurses, as all of you know, whenever a crisis comes in healthcare, the public starts to call the nurses angels. All of a sudden we become angels. So it's a battle with very microorganisms. Humans can't fight with it. Angel has to come to fight with this. So maybe that's the reason we called as angels. Situation made us to deserve, sir. There was no other option to run away. At least we should be there to treat this. Being a group of nurses, it was very easy for us to help those people who are stranded in the hospitals. We went to them, we provided them food and resource materials for the food processing. And so almost for 2 months we provided, and I remember our PCMD sir, he was very eager to support us in that time. He made many resources that we can use to give to these people actually. After serving these people, when we look at the surroundings, what we saw is many people who were staying under the bridges and the streets of in and around Perambur were also having the same problems, because everybody is afraid. Those who's having permanent income, just like salary, all are sitting in the house. So these people is not having any regular, timely food. So we started a new program. It's in Tamil actually. Pasikutha vayirukku oru pidi soru. That means food for a people for a time at least. So we started the program, and literally telling our own members cooked the meal for them from their house, not bought from any hotels and all. Because of our members only, we became so powerful. Later in 2020 April, actually it's called as COVID-19, our hospital faced first positive case in 27th April of 2020 only. We were actually spectators till that time because in any administrative things, nurses were not in the role to do whatever they are doing. Okay. We waited till 17th of April. On 17th of April, I remember that time medical director Nirmala madam contacted one of us and asked, things are not going good. The positive patients are roaming around the hospitals. Everybody will be affected definitely. What we can do? So from that day, actually, we had a plan. We supported the administration in all the way to streamline specifically all the protocols followed in the fever OP. The present fever OP is actually the effort taken by the ARNI. When Southern Railway recruited new contract nurses, new housekeeping agents and hospital attendants, there was no movements to make them oriented to the system. So we took it in our hand. We provided continuous scheduled training programs to those people to make them educated about the management of COVID-19 and the machines used in our hospital settings. We trained all those contract staffs in our X-ray auditorium in our hospital and scheduled training programs we conducted. Another step taken by the ARNI was to initiate a database for the COVID-19. Actually, in the beginning, there was no database for the COVID-19 cases. It was our effort to make a Google Drive and to have a database so that everybody can have a live look of what is happening in our hospital. In the first wave of COVID-19, the nurses of RS Bihar had many struggles, especially in the workplace because of the stigma shown other departments. We can't blame anybody because we only can know the extent of the rate of infection and all. All other people who are working in the other departments like electrical nurses, they don't know what is the actual disease is. But still we had lot of problems with them because the first COVID was the chest disease ward of our old railway hospital. So main problem was some electrical problems will come, AC issues will come. Our executive members became the electrical and AC technical people for some times. Later, when Southern Railway Headquarters Hospital had started the new COVID hospital, we extended our hands to support when and where they needed us. We mobilized our staffs without irrespective of time actually, sir. When our staffs were literally tired of fighting with COVID, some of us become infected with COVID. Many of them never used to bring the food to hospital because they have a feeling that their elder parents or the kids in the home will be affected if they are taking something from the hospital. They will not take anything to the hospital. So literally for 7 to 8 hours, they will not even drink anything inside the COVID hospital. So we waited for some time that whether anything will be coming from the administration side. But unfortunately, there is no such moments. So we extended our requirements to an outside charitable trust called Orima. I remember those Orima because they provided almost 40,000 rupees for us to give refreshment to our staff. We put for 2 occasions in our new hospital. And we gave them boiled eggs. We boiled the eggs inside the new hospital. I remember Sinaroy sir, within one day he made arrangements to bring the induction stove and all from all those things. You remember, sir? Do you remember? And we gave them boiled eggs maybe 3 or 4 times. We have tried our maximum to engage our staff, to support our staff in any level. Our thought again went to further level. We thought we need some coffee vending machines. So we installed a coffee vending machine inside the new hospital. Many of our angels became COVID positive, and we are actually within their heart. So whenever they needed, we were with them when they were positive. I think everybody of you might definitely remember ARNI was with you when you were a COVID positive. Whenever you get it, we are with you only. Now, after 2 years, we are conducting such a session to enjoy and to release the stress and to be happy with your family. As we had a program in February 2022 named Pranam Sir. That was for actually in 2020 and 2021 many CNS were retired from our hospital. We were not able to conduct any sessions because of the restrictions. So we had a session in February 22 to felicitate those retired matters of 2020 and 2021. So this program is for a reunion of our all members, their families, and those retiring matrons in 2022. And I think everybody, especially the ARNI team, definitely will be having that thought that whatever we tried to get it done, it was very successful for the last 2 years. I thank the ARNI team to give me this opportunity to just brief you what had happened for the last 2 years. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Sophie, for reminding us what we went through. Now, today we are going to do magazine release. May I request our chief guest, Mr. B.G. Mallia, General Manager, Southern Railway, to release our magazine. Do difficult things when they are easy. Do easy things. Do great things when they are small. A journey of 1,000 miles starts here, and our first step towards showcasing veracity of our talent in the field of literature starts here. Thank you. Name of the magazine is Uringinappu. Meaning is amalgamation, unification. Yes, it is a handwritten magazine by ARNI member.
Retirement is not the end of the road. It is the beginning of the open highway. Retirement is when you stop living at work and start working at living. May this new chapter of your lives be full of wonderful surprises, dear sisters. We now call upon the superannuated sisters and we'll be honoring them with a memento. First, Sister A.D. Philomena. Sister A.D. Philomena was Chief Nursing Superintendent, has put into 32 and a half years of railway service. Her working unit was post-op serious ICU and cardiac OPD. Sister had her training at Philomena School of Nursing. Sister superannuated on 28th of February 2022.
Next, we would like to call upon stage Ms. Glady Weislight, Chief Nursing Superintendent, who has retired on 31/3/2022, has been part of Railway Hospital for the past 31 years, and she has worked in surgical ICU, and lastly, she has taken the responsibility of Class 4 matron, and she has got her training from Holsworth Memorial Hospital, Mysore.
GM, Sir Mallia Ji, to hand over the memento to the superannuated staffs. Sister Navamani, Chief Nursing Superintendent, who worked in post of serious ICU and cardiology department. She underwent her nursing training at Trichy Headquarters Hospital. She has an experience of 35 years. Sister superannuated this year, March 2022. Sister Shivagami, on behalf of Sister Navamani, will be receiving the memento.
Next, Mrs. Rajini, Assistant Nursing Officer, currently working as Assistant Nursing Officer. Has an experience of 30 years. I am working in Cardiology Department, Medical Department, and finally as ANO in RH Perambur. Sister was trained in Nursing College, Somaji Guda, Hyderabad. Sister is superannuating in May 2022. I welcome her on the stage.
Sister Mary Chandrika. She was a Chief Nursing Superintendent and has a railway service of 31 years and 7 months. During her tenure, she worked in cardiology department. Sister has had a training at Kugler's Mission Hospital and Sister superannuated this year, April 2022.
Next, Lalita Roger, Chief Nursing Superintendent, has an experience of 29 years in various departments. Sister is working with the male cardiology and cardiology department. She had her nursing training from Catherine Booth Hospital, Nagarkoil. Welcome you, sister.
Round of big applause please while the sisters receive the memento. Sister Hepzibah. Sister is working as Chief Nursing Superintendent in Surgical ICU with an experience of 25 years. She had her nursing training in CMC Vellore. Sister will be superannuating on 30/6/22.
Mrs. Mochumeri, Chief Nursing Superintendent, worked in Cardiology Department and currently working in Laboratory and Bank. She has 32 years of railway service. Sister did her nursing training at CMC Vellore. After 32 years of her service, she is going to retire in August 2022.
And now, may I call upon Sister Gloria Vincent, Chief Nursing Superintendent. She is the present in charge of nephrology ward. Sister came from South Central Railway Guntakal on transfer to RH Perambur. She has also worked in medical ward. Sister has the longest year of railway service, that's 39 years. She had her nursing training at Gandhi Hospital 2nd Ward. Glory Sister is superannuating on 31st December 2022.
Next, I would like to call upon stage Mrs. Chandramani, Chief Nursing Superintendent, has experience of 32 years in MOT, that is Main Operation Theatre. She has done her nursing training at Government Rajaji Hospital, Madurai. Sister will be superannuating next year, January 2023.
Sister Esther, Chief Nursing Superintendent, has an experience of 30 years in railway service. Sister has worked in areas like maternity ward, surgical ward and MOT. Sister had her training at Swedish Mission Hospital. Her superannuation is on 30th April 2023.
Mrs. N. Shivagami, Chief Nursing Superintendent, is working as in charge nursing female cardiology ward. Sister has trained at School of Nursing, Madras Medical College. Her superannuation is on May 2023.
Mrs. Punyama Ravi, Chief Nursing Superintendent with an experience of 29 years, had joined Southeastern Railway in 1997. She was transferred to RH Perambur. Sister did her nursing at Indian Naval Hospital, Mumbai. She will be superannuating in the year 2023 May.
All the superannuating sisters are supposed to take photo with chief guest. I request them to come forward and take photos.
Retiring staff, and a hearty thanks to all the retiring staff who had been here to grace this occasion. Education is not received, it's achieved. Srimati Shikalalji, Deputy CPO, is an example for this. She is one among us. She did her BSc Nursing in 2001 from AIMS. Her desire for service made her join nursing, and nursing remodeled her desire for service into passion for service. After nursing, she did Master of Fashion Technology from NIFT and worked as head of Product Engineering Department in a garment export unit. She got qualified in Civil Service exam at 2007 and joined Indian Railway Personal Service at 2008. She was posted at Western Railway and then at Eastern Railway, and as a typical Desi woman, after marriage, came to Southern Railway on her own request. She has worked in Chennai Division, Salem Division, and also worked as Member Secretary, RRB Chennai. She also holds degree in MSc Psychology, MA Public Administration, MBA Human Resource Management, and right now enrolled in PhD in parenting with 2 cute kids. We welcome you, ma'am, to deliver your felicitation address.
Respected GM Shri B.G. Malya ji, PCMD MD Dr. Murthy, and all the dignitaries present on the dais. It is indeed a privilege, and it was a pleasant surprise for me to be invited on this day. I am really happy for the fact that it felt as if I'm still a part of the nursing community, and the nurses have not forgotten me. And of course, I have always held a special place for nurses in my heart, and while doing nursing, it changed the perspective, how you look at the world, how you see humanity, how you see everything. It is completely different from any other field. So even after coming out of nursing, after doing my BSc Nursing, when I went to NIFT, I remember anyone needing anything, the director used to call me when we shifted the NIFT campus, they had called, this is oxygen cylinder, do you know to operate it? Or someone in emergency, someone had asthmatic attack at the middle of the night, no one was responding and they called to give IV injection and all those things. So it is something that a knowledge never goes waste, that is told, and it still continues. Not just during the nursing and just in NIFT, but later on also. It continued, and the affinity also continues. And thanks to nursing, I had psychology as one of my subjects, so civil services also, it helped me as it was one of my subjects. And later on now, when I came here to Southern Railway, especially the RH Perambur nurses have been very dear to me and my heart. When I was admitted first time with my first baby, I had HELP syndrome, and my baby was preterm. That time, special ward sister, I should surely mention Sister Alice and her entire team. They had literally taken a lot of care, even when I was admitted, even after the surgery. When I was admitted, that time no family members were there other than my husband, who used to come from office at night. And they cared for me like a family member. And till today, I feel part of family when I go there. Even for the second baby, also we requested for same special ward. And second baby also was born at RH Perambur. She was also preterm. That time also I had HELP syndrome and all. But that time it was COVID time, and I remember my mother, because of 60 plus, we told my mother not to come to hospital, but she was, no, I will come. The sisters told her, please don't come, we will take care of her. And my mother, she knew that yes, from her first experience, I remember the word she told after first time seeing, when my first baby was born, she was literally stunned. That's such a nice nursing care I have never seen in any private hospital also. And the second time she was more than, yes, you be here, be there. And of course she didn't leave, she stayed with me. But even now when we say she had some knee problem and a knee replacement was advised by Dr. Ravi Kumar, she told, no, whenever I get it done, I will come to RH the nursing care. I will not say that doctors also are all too good here. Malia sir told that time that they say, ये मेरे पास ये है, मेरे पास वो, आपके पास क्या है? Same way we will say, मेरे पास RH Perambur है. That was really a thing which is really till today I say, no, we will not go anywhere. We have to go only to RH Perambur. Even in emergency, till it is a dire emergency, then also we go to Egmore. And then we come to RH Perambur, even in the middle of the night. So, the nursing care of, when it seems as if it is a culture inherent in the railway, especially when you see from Southern Railways, RH Perambur, when we see that how the nursing care is, not just it was in special ward, I found it was in other places also within RH Perambur. My husband during COVID time, he had enteric fever, but he was first suspected to be COVID, then he was admitted in cardio special ward, then he was shifted to ICU. And at that time, how to ask help from any relative, any friend? You cannot ask help because we are worried that if he is really COVID positive, we will get others infected. That time, all the, I will say, doctors, sisters, the AHOs, everyone helped. Only from within the hospital they helped. From outside hospital, we couldn't expect anyone to come and help us. From within hospital, they helped. Even in ICU, in the morning, or then we shifted to special ward. I used to come in the morning and stay whole day and leave at night. Then also the sisters only took care. Even one day when sister offered my husband food because I was little late, and by the time I arrived, it is like this care which is from the heart, and this care which is quite different. We will not find anywhere in private sector also. I am 100% sure of that. That's why I have a special place for Southern Railway sisters, and other places also in Indian Railways I think is like that. So I hope that all this continues, and I wish everyone a very happy Nurses Day, and I hope everyone's life is filled with happiness, and we hope no more waves of COVID. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. As you said, nursing is a multifaceted profession. I'm glad that you highlighted it. May I now request our CSS OPD, Kalyani ma'am, to give the memento to Srimati Shikha Lal ji. Our CSS OPD, Srimati Kalyani ji, is a medicine graduate from Stanley Medical College. She did DNB OBG in Railways. She joined Railways in 1990 and has given her untiring service to Railways. Currently, she is Chief of OG Unit 2, and she is actively involved in various hospital programs like Swachh Bharat scheme, educational programs, etc. She is admired by the antenatal mothers and staff for her presentable grooming and heart-winning smile. She has a great expertise in infertility treatment and right now on toes in bringing up infertility clinic at RH Perambur. Podium is waiting for you and your Tirukural ma'am.
Respected GM sir, our CMD sir, Mrs. CMD, Srikalal ma'am, Dr. Rai, and all the sisters who are assembled here. Sir already told, you are the pillars of the hospital. Yes, you are the pillars, not only the pillars, but the backbone of the hospital also. Because when patient talks about outside, they talk only about the care given in the hospital. So it is always, the care is, you have the insatiable satiety for the serving others. So sisters are the people who serve the patients. So we can give only the commands, and we will write it in the case sheet that it has to be done. And who will do it? Unless otherwise a sister carry out the commands of the doctor, the service is not rendered or provided. So that doesn't mean any value at all. So I always used to tell the sisters, we are incomplete unless otherwise you people are there, not there with us. So the doctor profession is complete only with the sisters. the ambience of the hospital, which is taken care of by the HKA staffs, will give the good ambience, and it will be the cleanliness, make the patient to enter the hospital. So only the cleanliness of the hospital makes the patient to enter. So we made it as a project that it has to be always clean. Our CMD took it as a challenge, and we started Swachhata Pakwada. It is not Swachhata Pakwada only for 15 days. It started with our own sisters, the ANOs, the chief nursing staffs, who had taken part with me and still running with me in that race, and it is Swachhata Hardin. That's why the hospital, railway hospital, is always sparklingly clean. That I will always take the privilege, and I always tell the sisters, you're the reason. Every time I used to tell, even the mission Swachhata Pakwada, we have the WhatsApp group. Every evening I'll get all the phone calls, especially the loading of pictures. Sometimes my phone will get stuck with the pictures, but I used to really enjoy your efforts. The way you keep the hospital clean makes me always happy. And nurses, what do you mean by nurses? They are the noble soul. N stands for noble soul. And with the unconditional love, with your respectable profession, and your having a selfless services rendered by you with the ever smiling face. So nurses is that only to me as an abbreviation I always see. Even if you have any problem on your own, any pains also, you won't show it on your face. You make it as a Safid brother told, now only we will become angels. No, it's not that. I gave in my preface, I don't know whether it is there or not, you are always a living angel. So, God cannot come and serve everybody. So, He selects His own people to go and give care. Like that only I see the nursing care. So, the people, you are the people who are there in your profession, gently wipes the eyes of the infant and sometimes gently close the eyes of the dead person. So you're the person, you're there always in a human life, which is the first and the last. In both the cries, you're hearing. So I always feel you're one step ahead and one step higher than any other profession. Unless otherwise you give us the care, you give the care to the medical fraternity or the patients, the work is not complete. So, sister asked me to give a kural. Yes, I will give. Idanai idanal ivan mudikkum endrarayindu adanai avankan vidal. Means to say, this work will be done by this person. Hence, it is given to that person to provide. Is the God's challenge. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inspiring speech. May I now request our ANO, Bumila Rajini, to give the memento to our CSS, ma'am. I request people who are getting the certificate of appreciation for the academic session to come near the dais. Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Saumitra Sinhaji did his MBBS in Calcutta Medical College, MD at Coimbatore Medical College. In 1998, he joined in railways and served in railways for 23 years. He is an eminent pulmonologist. His contribution during COVID was immense and undescribable in words. May I now request you, sir, to give your felicitation address.
Good evening. Respected GM sir, PCMD sir, and all the other dignitaries on the dais, and my friends and philosophers, basically, you all, the nursing fraternity. I was actually very pleasantly surprised when I was invited for this program, though I am not anymore perhaps in active complete duty for railways, but the nurses, they are always very much close to me and they call me and ask me, you must come. So thank you for this invitation. And the Nurses Day is celebrated worldwide to celebrate how the nurses take care of the patients who are really needing their services. But I believe it's, to me the nurses are slightly different. To me the nurses are like, God also makes some little mistakes. Those are perhaps program faults, and that's why people get sick. And then God understood that yes, there is a little fault in his program, and that's why God created you people to mend those little problems he has made. So to me, I have got many fond memories of working with our Southern Railway nursing fraternity. It's not during the COVID, we all have talked about COVID, but before and after COVID also, I will just give you some examples how our nurses are, and they don't take care only with the patients. Everybody has talked about the patients, but they take care of us also. Whenever I come to ICU before, the first thing my ICU nurse in charge will be asking me, Dr. Roy, would you like a cup of coffee first? And then we start seeing our patients. Perhaps that was to keep me in check also, so that I will be happy. And but I always enjoyed that. In night duties, sister will bring some guavas or some sweets, and we really enjoy those night duty days and time. And then many times Stanley brother has brought many times my favorite barais from the, that's that's how our day usually starts. And then came COVID. That was a pandemic, and we were never prepared for it. Nobody in the world was prepared for COVID. And during these adversities brings out the actual character of the people. And I must say the nurses of railway hospitals has done a tremendous job to show to all of us to be the forefront of the care, and most of the time with scant regard to their lives. We actually, at the beginning, we actually had the time with the PPE. Those who have not worn those PPEs, they will not know how difficult the time is with that sweating inside and the all pervading fear, because at the beginning definitely the fear was more for everybody. So we used to be inside, means the doctors, we used to be inside maybe 2 hours, maybe 4 hours. But those nurses were inside for at least 6 hours with that dress. That was itself a tremendous achievement. Forget about all the patient management. And many of them had fallen sick. And when we had our COVID ward in the previous chest ward, there was definitely not that much of AC at the beginning. So 1 or 2 brothers have fallen down, but still they all continued to soldier on to help those unfortunate people who had fallen sick from COVID. And at the beginning we were somewhat disorganized perhaps, because the organized help from the railway administration took some time to come, and we all put into our effort, and a few nurses were extraordinary, I would say, at that time. There are many times we have sat down and we maintained the database, as Safir was talking. Safir and a few more people, we all have put in, I think, many sleepless nights to maintain that database. And we were first, it was only for us, the database was how the patients are doing, which patient is where. But then slowly the general manager got interested to know what's happening. CMD got interested what's happening, and then that page was shared with all of them. And it was we were all under pressure, not only maintaining the patients, but also maintain the database by the day ends or by the day starts. For us it was the day end, because we used to end at around 3 or 4 a.m. so that the day starts for the officers higher up to see the database later on in the morning. And after that, the patient care, there were many small incidents, or I would say we have taken a lot of risk, lot of courageous decisions at the time. There are some times when I will give you just one more example perhaps. One time patients who got better after COVID, but they are still tremendously sick. Their COVID has become normal, negative after 2 to 3 weeks of therapy, but they are still on ventilator and they need to be taken back to the medical ICU for the further therapy. And how to do that? The issue is that much of oxygen what is being given to the patient in the ward, like that time it was in chest ward or in the new hospital ward, that the need of oxygen for the patient was extremely high. That much of oxygen cannot be given to the ambulance because the maximum oxygen will be around 15 liters. So how to do those things? We have made arrangements, and many times it was only a few of us, myself, Safir and a few more nurses, perhaps night 1 o'clock, so that nobody knows what is happening. We have taken them from chest ward and ran to the ICU with those patients. And finally those people have survived. A few of them might have lost their life, but many of them have survived because of all your efforts, all your care. The dedication and passion for the care for the patient was extraordinary. And now, after the sand settled over COVID, I really bow in front of you and say thank you. Say thank you for all your and all your work. Thank you again.
Good evening, everybody. Now I request Stanley brother to come and felicitate on behalf of us for receiving Railway Award. Now I request MD to take Sina Riser by giving a memento.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us. You made the occasion a memorable one. Thank you so much, sir.
I have an engagement, so I'm very sorry I have to leave like this. I would have loved to be here in this very beautiful surroundings and enjoy this program. I thank all of you for inviting me. It's an honor. Thank you so much.
We also thank Protocol Inspector Mr. Ganeshan, who has helped us in making this event successful. Thank you so much.
We have come to the last part of the program.
Our ANO Bomila Rajni ma'am did her graduation in nursing at College of Nursing, Somajiguda, Hyderabad. She is also a graduate of botany and has done PG diploma in public health administration and diploma in computer application. She has rendered 30 years of service to Railway Hospital Perambur and she has vast clinical experience. She has worked in cardiology department, cardiothoracic department, medical department, surgical department and right now in administrative wing as assistant nursing officer. She is appreciated by her colleagues for her calm and composed approach. I am excited to welcome you ma'am.
Thank you. Good evening to all. We are happy here to gather here with all the families after 3 years gap. Because of the COVID, we are unable to celebrate anything with our families and no happiness in our lives because of the COVID stress. I think this has been brought very much happiness for us and our families joined here to celebrate the Nurses Day, International Nurses Day. Thank you so much by seeing all of you gathered here. And the ARNI has made the nurses who are going to retire and who has got retired to felicitate, honored with the mementos. And now we are going to enjoy the other remaining programs. Thank you all. Enjoy.
I request Chief Nursing Superintendents, Srimati Gloria Vincent ji, to share a few words with us.
Good evening to all the dignitaries on the stage and off the stage. Actually, I said I'll share a few words, but I think they called me too early. Anyway, thank you, sir, our medical director. Without your support, we'll not be able to come this far. Thank you, sir, for giving us this platform. And Kalyani madam is heading all a multi-challenged person. And welcome address la sonna madam neenga illa. Madam is actually, apart from leading the Swachh Pakhwada, there's so much to tell about madam. And all your television interviews are very useful, not only to all of us, madam, to many people. I thank God for this day. And for the past 2 years, we are only talking about COVID and Corona. After this long break, I thank the ARNI for taking this great initiative. So it is really wonderful to be here this evening. And I'm running short of words. I plan to tell so many things, but it was really a very memorable occasion. Sometimes we feel we are leaving this hospital, but still I think this gesture is something very, very memorable, which we have to thank the ARNI for that. And belated Nurses Day wishes to all the Nightingales here. So, and I think I have to mention about Laurel and Hardy, Dipo and Safir, the first leaders. Really, I don't know the amount of pressure on them. It is not an easy job to, conduct this. Of course, even with the support, but the wake-up call is very important. And I always remember the twin brothers, Janish and Prabhul, because I remember right from the day of this beginning of this COVID, from preparing the guest house, they were there, sir. I very well remember. And so we thank Janish and Prabhul. And Sister Nandini, a special word, because everybody is so much worried about their children's exam. Nobody want to do evening duty. And sister's on CCL now, and she's her husband who comes there for dialysis, I know. But she's on her toes right from this day. This program started, so special word. and Rekha, many there, but a few, I think I'll be failing if I don't tell everybody, but the list is too long, and there's only a very small little program of ours, but then Rekha's sister called me so many times. They wanted it to be perfect, that's the reason. And actually, I would like to thank the ARNI for many things. This vaccination, not only with this cultural program or this programs, generally, if there is any problem in the lab, they are not doing this RT-PCR, immediately Tipu Brothers post will be there. This lab is closed for now, they are not doing, we have to send to King's Institute. And as soon as the reagent comes, he will again send a post saying, yeah, we can again send the sample here. And concerned with vaccination, the two twin brothers are always there. Anything, the booster dose thing started or the second dose, whatever it is, they'll give us a reminder call, and we will be aware of what is happening in the vaccination. So I should also mention about that is not only this cultural program what they arrange, but anything related to this hospital and administration, they are always there. And to be very frank, most of our senior sisters, we are not very familiar with the computer. So when this problem came that we had to fill up the CR, again these brothers were there. Actually anything related to computer we name and they do it for us. So very, very special word of thanks to all the ARNI members. The list will be too long if I don't mention. So I think they need a big round of applause for all that. Thank you so much.
Now I request beloved CMD to give away certificates for academic session, those who have conducted academic session. Sir, excuse me. Now I request our CMD Murthy sir to give away certificates for those who have presented during academic session. I'll call upon stage Ms. Nandini Jagdishan. Ms. Sharmil Rani. Mr. Punita Manoharan. Mr. Sahai Vijay Rani. Mr. Naina Verma. Mr. Bhavani, Mr. Thomas Shelby, next Naina Verma. Bhavani sister. Tamil Selvi. Sangeeta. Rupin Nair. Rupin. Nadipriya. Sandhya Rani. Prabhu brother. Arun B. Jennifer sister. Let's have a photo session with the chief guest.
One end of the dice.
Academic session that day. I'm very sorry, in spite of a repeated request, I had other programs. I think all the topics were very interesting. We'll make it a day. Kalyani madam will organize it a day when all of our doctors will be there, and all of those who presented the topics, please present the topics to us all. And really the topics seem to be very interesting, and we'd like to hear what all of you are thinking. There was one certificate mentioned, futuristic nursing. So definitely it will be an interesting topic, what is futuristic nursing. Thank you.
Respected dignitaries, on and off the dais, my dear colleagues and family members, I am extremely happy to be part of today's celebration. This is indeed an important day in the life of nurses, where we are recognized for the service that we offer. A day of honor and joy for us. Once, Florence Nightingale said nursing is an art. Yes, it's an art, not in the deadly canvas or marbles that sculptors and painters work. Indeed, in the living human body, the temple of God with real flesh and soul, and that involves extreme devotion and tender loving care. Yes friends, in our profession, we deal with most valuable element in earth, human life. Every day, we bring a little hope, a small touch of love and care to those in pain. We light up the lives, many who live in the darkness. We are there to help new life when it leaves its mother's womb and make its first cry, and often we are the one to witness the last breath when a human life starts its journey to its creators. Ours is indeed a noble profession, one with compassion and empathy. As all of you know, this year International Nurses Day theme, that is nurses a voice to lead, invest in nursing and respect their rights to secure the global health. While organizing this program, the ARNI intend to invest its effort to rejuvenate its members, mental health by sports day, the handwritten magazine, the cultural event with family get-together, along with the academic section to brush up their knowledge. We are also very much pleased to honor our seniors who, after rendering their years of tireless service, going to retire this year or retire. We should follow the footprints left by them. By this year, we the nurses family get-together is honored with the presence of our General Manager, Sri B.G. Malya Sir, as our chief guest. When we approached Sir to get the consent for the program, without hesitation, he agreed to attend. Then we told Sir we will come again with the invitation. Sir told, no need, we just send me in WhatsApp, that's enough. This shows that our Sir is humble and down to earth. We are grateful for our Sir for his immense concern that shown towards us. Next, our CMD Sir, CMD and MD Sir. Even though he is handling his multiple role as CMD, MD and Chief Cardiologist, he is finding time to address our concerns whenever and wherever it requires. We are also glad to that his wife, Ms. Anuradha Madam, who is a great support for him and his secret of his success, agrees to make it possible. Thank you, Sir and Madam. I am also extend my gratitude to Shigalal Madam, who has graced this occasion with her presence with family. Even though she is having some 2 years, his husband her husband and 2 kids are there sitting and enjoying with us. And madam, we are very thankful for you because you are one among us and you can easily relate us in each and every concerns. Then I am expressing our gratitude to Roy sir because everybody knows Roy sir is coming. Be ready. Okay. Here, whenever and wherever we need stressful situation, we need to tackle a stressful situation, sir was always there with us and support, especially during the COVID-19. All of you know that sir was very much with us for in each and every step to tackle the COVID. We miss you, sir, for leaving the railway. And last but not the least, my duty to thank our ANOs, who has always been backbone and motivation for all the ventures we have taken so far. Here, Bomala Rajini madam and our Dorothy madam is also sitting there, and she is enjoying the. But I am also extend my gratitude to our Kalyani madam. Our Kalyani madam, because I'm just telling that madam is with us for all efforts. Because when we asked for a magazine, madam told that I'll write, don't worry. Within a 1 day time, she has given a beautiful picture along with one angel, nursing angel. You can see in the magazine. I think this will be released soon in the WhatsApp because we are planned in a digital magazine. When we are talking regarding the magazine, there are a great and unique effort of a person we cannot miss. There is only nothing, the gem of our association, that is Gopi Krishnan, because he has taken his all and effort to compare the different articles, different pictures from all of us, and he has that idea to implement that magazine, and he made it a grand success. I think you can see that magazine later, which will be uploaded in our WhatsApp. And I'm also grateful to Protocol Inspector of GM sir, that is our Ganesh sir. He already left because he helped a lot us to get the GM schedule and everything in a proper way, and to make him available during this time. The responsibility vested in me will not be complete if I fail to thank all ARNI members and their families, because who have attended this function, without which the function will not be a great success. I hope that all of you enjoy the cultural event which will follow this one. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri Dipu Mathu, Secretary ARNI. Let us all rise for the national anthem.
जनगण अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
I request the dignitaries on the dais.
Janish Jabbar, Praful, Safi, tag for, she was the winner. Total 7 prizes she got. Next to Kothai, 100 meters running second prize, shot put first prize, bun eating first prize, balloon breaking first prize, tag for runner, tennis card winner. Total 6 prizes total. Bella Brew. Bella Brew. running, shot put, tug of war. Next, Kochirani, winner. Next, Isabella Mary. 100 meters running, second prize. Fast walking, second prize. 100 meters running, shot put, bun eating, balloon breaking, tug of war, tennis card. Next, A.O. Dorothy sister will come and distribute the prizes. Lalita sister, thank you so much to distributors. Alfonso Philip, 100 meters running, third prize, Alfonso Philip. Next, Rashmi. Rashmi, 100 meters running, third prize. Okay. Lizzie K. Serian, Rashmi. Rija is fast walking for runner-up, tennis card runner-up, badminton winner, mixed doubles winner. Srinidhi, fast walking. Alfonso Kumar, next. Rajavadani, fast walking, third prize. Next, Alfonso Kumar, fast walking, first prize, start put, second prize, tug of war, winner.
J. Juliet, fast walking second prize, shot put third prize, lemon and spoon third prize, balloon breaking second prize. Shot put third prize, bun eating third prize, tug of war second prize. Angeline Bernala sister,
tug of war winner. Then Rita. Rita, shot put first prize. Rita, when she was throwing, no, so nicely she has thrown. Very nice. So much difference between first prize and second prize. Gopi Krishnan. Gopi Krishnan. Shot put, men's first prize. Gopi Krishnan, shot put, men's and 6 prizes are present. Next, Arun Kumar TK. Shot put, men's third prize, bun eating first prize, badminton boys winner. Arun, clap your hands. Clap. Arun Kumar TK, shot put, men's third prize, bun eating first prize, badminton boys winner. R. Manimegalai, bun eating first prize, balloon breaking first prize, tug of war winner, tennis card winner. She only conducted the sports program and very nicely she conducted, and the day and night after finishing night duty she came to the ground and she helped a lot and she finished. She was not only arranging, she got 4 prizes also. But Pushpalata, bun eating second prize. Muthu Selvi, bun eating second prize. Samshat, bun eating and tug of war, bun eating second prize, tug of war runner-up. Next is Sharada. Sharada, bun eating third prize, tug of war runner-up, tennis card winner. Jodhipal Kumatesan, bun eating third prize, lemon and spoon first prize, tug of war runner-up, tennis card runner-up. Jyoti. Then Janish Debat, bun knitting second prize. Janish. Next is Janish. Jyoti Park, bun knitting, lemon and spoon, tagafa and tenikai. Janish Debat, Praful. This is also twin brother, they told no. Now twin brother only. First Jennifer Jabat, bun knitting second prize. Praful also bun knitting second prize. Safir MK, bun knitting third prize. Second. Praful bun knitting second prize. Safir, next is Safir. Bun knitting third prize. Second and Safir third. Soumya P. Thomas, chess runner-up. Shalini Karam runner-up. Rajini Karkata. Safir also finished night duty and came and helped. He was arranging the grounds, everything very nicely. Thank you. Sunil Kumar. Rajini Karkata, lemon and spoon, musical chair. Lemon and spoon, third prize. Musical chair, second prize. Taga for winner. Kanimori, next Kanimori, be ready. Kanimori, lemon and spoon, second prize. First prize, musical chair. Taga for winner. Naina Verma, next. Balloon breaking. Next, Mocha Mary will come and distribute the prize. Sister Gloria, thank you so much. So much enthusiastically you have given that. As if you are 6. Okay? Then Naina Verma, balloon breaking, second prize. Lalita Roger. She is going to retire next month. She also enjoyed the sports and Tagapal. She is runner-up. Pichamal, runner-up in Tagapal and Tenikai. Shanti K. Appanna. That it's going to... and Tenikai. Both runner-up. Thank you so much who have distributed prize, who have participated in the sports. Thank you so much. Simi
PD, Taga for winner. Balloon breaking second prize. Next, the participant of sports will get the prizes. Yes, Sivakami sister, Mocha Mary sister. Shriba Vijayarani sister, Uma Nagarajan sister, Stanley brother, Hepsiba. Sunita, Sumita. we welcome you to the cultural feast of the evening, as our team has organized a handful of variety programs to keep you thrilled and entertained. Are you ready? I'm thanking.